Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again, and find it a very important moment to stop and talk to you for a few moments and maybe bring you up to something that you are aware of and you need to have affirmed. Let's think about it. 400 years, inhumane treatment, abused, exploited, beaten, hung. What was happening in the beginning hasn't changed today, except the victims having to face 400 years of old truths. Their attitude is we rise and say that this is Judgment Day. The evils of the nation, ladies and gentlemen, are synonymous with the evils all over the world. None is exempted. 400 years of American abuse, 400 years of oppression of people of color, exemplified in every area of life, in education, in economics, in healthcare, in housing, you name it. My. Now the world has gotten a chance to see. Well, it's really truly a reflection of themselves as well. But on the heels has been America saying that it was superior to all of that. And now the world sees that America, in all of its professions, is just like the rest of the world. Just like the rest of the world. 400 years. And here, the President of the United States comes on the scene, advocating hatred, bigotry, lies, deception. And what he does is he throws cover to all of those hidden within the American establishment who are exactly like that. And now they have risen to the occasion. They themselves have risen to the occasion to acknowledge who they are and claim with boldness that they love themselves. I was looking on the internet and I saw a young man who called in and said that the protesters should be shot down, the Ku Klux Klan should come in, the military, everybody should come in and just shoot up the niggers. And every little ugly thing he has been taught to think about them, he was saying it. Now, as a response to that, I heard that his own relatives and people that knew him have come back and on the Facebook and chastise him about stuff like that. Well, at least they're saying something. Maybe it's a little late. The reality is that there's a lot of stuff that's late. And when the lies and the people are saying that the lies and things that the president tells, they believe him because it's on television, it comes from him, they trust him. So this basically is their judgment day. Everybody is seeing America for what it is, and these people, along with the president of the United States and all of its supporters, are representing all of the ugliness that we see. Now, to them, it's justified. But to the rest of us, the victims, it's ugliness. And this is their stance. This is their judgment. On the other hand, there are those who feel that that is an extreme and that people shouldn't have to go through these kinds of abuses for so long a period of time. That, yes, we have done an injustice to our brothers and sisters for ignoring this, and now we're going to do something about it. We're going to give it our best shot. Now, we don't know if we're going to be able to satisfy every issue, but we're going to do the best we can, and you can guarantee that it's going to be better than Donald Trump. And there are those who's going to accept that, believe that, hope for that, and want that. And they're going to go for that. And that's going to be their judgment. But then there are going to be those who are saying, until every American has the benefit of life's inalienable rights, which includes but not limited to peace, prosperity, and freedom, joy of life, and the fulfillment of their dreams, until every American is guaranteed food, clothing, and shelter throughout existence, education to help and aid them to be the best they can be, and health care from the womb to the tomb, until every American have a career of their own choosing so they can engage the gifts that they have and participate in the creative process to cause to exist. All of these things that brothers and sisters as Americans desire for themselves. Until we can do that, and eliminate the need for lies and cheating and stealing and killing and racism and bigotry and hatred, until we can stand up on those basic principles, saying that we're going to make sure that everybody is going to benefit from living in these bodies on this earth at this time here in America. Until we can do that, then it ain't no change. It doesn't matter whether you got Trump or whether you got Biden. It doesn't matter whether you got Republicans or Democrats. Until you can stand up for everybody, it doesn't matter. You don't have change. Now, some people say you're standing up for God. I say standing up for what's right. Standing up for what you and every last one of you would want anybody, even your God, to do for you. That's why it's your God. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is their judgment. This is their judgment. And so right about now, we are given this opportunity because this is an election year. People are going to be talking about all this old crazy stuff. Trump and his group are going to be continuously trying to divide. They're going to be lying. They're going to be giving out misinformation. They're going to do everything to try to cause hatred and cause racism and bigotry. They're going to be calling out their people to stand out with guns and stuff in public places, trying to intimidate, trying to cause the people to start some stuff so he can come in and show some more evil. We have found out that God is using him right now to expose all the evil so the people of the world can see what evil is like, and calling us to stand up for what's right so the people of the world can see what is right. And so as we go forward, because of our faith and because of our love for one another, and because we know we care and we know we can't help ourselves, because we're not going to follow a lie any longer. So they will see us and the world will change, because at that moment in time, when that young man was on the ground, when George Floyd in Minneapolis, Minnesota was on the ground under the knee of a white police officer, to the world, this young man represented all the people all over the world, all for all times, that were oppressed. That white man with his knee on his neck represented all the powers for all times and current that oppresses the people and causes them to live and exist in conditions that are not befitting to their hopes and dreams and aspirations. What a force to do it. That's what he represented. And this man being choked, meaning that this system and its power was choking and killing the minorities, killing the people who don't fall within that upper branch. And he was hollering out for help. He was telling the powers that be, you're killing me. And the powers that be could not let him. The world sees this. The world sees this. And he calls out for help. And the good people standing around start saying, get up off him, you're choking him. He's going, he can't breathe, don't you hear him? Good people. But it didn't matter. That should be a sign to all of those of you who try to be good. Let you know that your goodness don't mean anything when it comes about change. You got to take action. Otherwise, your goodness just facilitates what you can call yourself condemning. And so, this young man, with the pressures of the world on him, and calling out for help, and the pressures of the world would not give in, and those that about him could not or would not help him. And he called out, crying out to his mom. Crying out to his mom. Can you imagine what that meant to the whole world? It meant being an American on the lower end of the totem pole and representative of poverty and crime and all the poverty. I mean, I just can't get the words out, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean. Those people that are running from their countries, trying to cross over to another country, hoping they can get some help. And they're talking about putting alligators and snakes in a moat to keep them from coming. Separating their kids. I mean, this, ladies and gentlemen, hey. So, the judgment is in your hands. When you go to the polls, represent. You believe in the devil, vote for the devil. If you believe that the devil will be coming, vote for that. If you believe in change, write your own name in as the next president of the United States. And ladies and gentlemen, that will be your statement of commitment to one another, that you're not going to go the old way, and you are committed to the new way, and the new way represents us all. But by the time the election comes around, we will know quite well what that means, because we are one all together. Because this is our victory. This is the judgment. The world sees ugly, and I don't believe that the world is going to continue in ugliness, especially when we begin to shine. And we are beginning now. So I want to thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to tell you that this now is Judgment Day, because we've seen it all. And now the world is calling us. Nature is calling us. The Spirit is calling us for a response. Where do you stand? Where do you stand? Right now, the action you take now and over the next several months will determine perhaps whether you will remain as a viable nation or not. Whether you will come out of this as a beacon of hope to the world or not. The judgment is in our hands. And what are we going to do? Thank you.